There's a story of a master who was going on a trip and he called 3 of his servants. He gave the 3 of them some money. The first one, he gave about 5 million. The second one, he gave about 2 million. And the third, he gave 1 million. He said, I'm going to be off for 1 year. By the time I come back, I want to see what you will have done with my money. After 1 year, when he arrived, he called the 3 servants. Like when we say servants, they were like branch managers of his business empire. So to the first one that he gave 5 million, he asked, how far with the money? He said, sir, the business environment has been challenging. But well, notwithstanding, I've been able to make the 5 million, I've turned it around and it is now 10 million. And the master said, okay, you've done well. Well, go into my rest. Go, I prepared something for you. You just go enjoy yourself. And then to the next one, he said, I gave you 2 million. How far? The guy said, well, business has been challenging, but then we were able to turn over the money from 2 million, we were able to make 4 million. He said, okay, go into my rest. I think you deserve a vacation. And then to the third one, he asked, how far? The guy said, master, you just gave me only 1 million. In this economy, what can I do with 1 million? As a matter of fact, 1 million is too small to do any investment. So what did I do? I just make sure, because I know your principle, you don't want to lose your money. So what I just did was, I took your money and I kept it safely, securely inside my bedroom. And then the master looked and said, wow, you are a wicked servant. You are very, very wicked. Even if you don't know any investment vehicle, couldn't you have given it to maybe put it in one of these banks in their branches? Even if it's 1% or 2%, they will put on top of it than for you to go and put my money in your house. He said, you are a wicked fellow. And he said, you are going to be dealt with. And do you know what the master now did? He took the 1 million from him and gave it to the ones that had more. So that is where the saying comes from, that from he that does not have, we will give to him that have. From that man that is not smart enough to invest, for that man that is not smart enough to know how to multiply money, we are going to take money from him and give to the businessman, give to the investor who knows how to utilize money. Is that not what is happening today? Many of us, we keep our money because we don't know what to use it for. It is true, investment. But which investment am I going to use it for? Which investment vehicle is good for me? Some people will say, buy shares, buy stock and this. Maybe you don't know, we have different appetite for risk. So which one should you be doing? Especially when it comes to the stock market. I'm sure you must have heard of ETFs. You must have heard of mutual funds. You must have heard of shares. Out of these 3, based on the type of investor that I am, which one is fit for me? So ladies and gentlemen, so that you will not be counted as a wicked servant, lacking to know what to do, today we're going to be looking at what is the difference between the ETF, the mutual funds, and the equity market. We're going to look at it so that you'll be able to look at which one fits my investment style and which one can I invest in. If you are ready for that, just draw your pen, grab your cup of coffee, and let's go. Get me on the other side.
Waking up at dawnlight, breaking through, chasing dreams, no time to lose. In this race we strive and grind, motivation fuels the mind. Gonna rise up, we won't fall, breaking barriers through it all. Step by step our journey's clear, success is close and don't you fear. Challenges we face headstrong, in this rhythm we belong. Skies are high, but so are we, building castles where we're free. Gonna rise up, we won't fall.
All right, you are welcome. I hope you got your own cup of coffee. I got mine here. All right. So when we are talking about investment, a lot of people truly want to invest, but there's confusion. Which one should I do? Where should I put money in? They talk of shares, they talk of this. I'm confused. And I have little money. I'm afraid of losing my money. Don't worry. After this session, you will know exactly where to put your money. Don't be in a hurry. From the last lesson we had, from the last session, where I talked about putting your money in foreign stock, quite a number of persons started calling. Please be patient. Take me as your coach and work with me gently. It is in my own best interest to guide you in this investment journey. I wouldn't want you to go and put money somewhere where you will say, oh, I followed your advice. I want to look at what is the best, because what was good yesterday may not be good enough today. Yesterday's profit does not guarantee future profit. So you don't have to go and look at different videos. They said, and then you put your money on any platform. Please, let's take it gradually. I'm going to be advising you or suggesting to you which vehicle looks good as at now. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention. But before we just go on, I want to say a big thank you to those guys that you've been on this call for how many weeks now. We've been talking of financial intelligence for smart parents, and I'm so glad that after you listen, you share it with your friends. Please always make sure you share in your group, in your various groups that you are. And then for those of us that maybe this is the very first time that you are joining us, oh, I wish I have this shekere here. I will have done shekere for you. But then, thank you for joining us on this call. And here we're talking about financial intelligence for smart parents. So you might be a parent, you might be a grandparent, you might be a would-be parent, and you might just be a young man that stumbled on this. You want to know more about this. You're going to be a parent one day, and what we always desire is that our children should be better than us. If we are not financially intelligent, then what are we going to pass to them that will make them better than us financially? So ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, this is your first time, I want you to click on the subscribe button so that you will be able to access the previous videos that we have done, and then you will be able to get notification for future videos. It's a 90 days training. 90 days of financial intelligence training. It is loaded. How to set goals, how to make plans, how to do your business plans, how to set up investments for your children. A lot of things loaded in this. So do that right. I want you to do that right now. Click on the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. And please click on the like button and the share button. It helps the algorithm to help us also. All right, let's go deep down into. So here we are. I'm going to be assuming zero knowledge. I know there are quite a number of us that are already knowledgeable about these things, but for our community, especially the Richvision Cooperative community, because it's our duty to help to empower our people in having knowledge of what they are saving their money for, what they are going to use their money that they are saving in the cooperative for. So please don't mind it. If you're a professional, maybe you can. The next episode is going to be addressing some more specific things about investing. But for this one, I want to go as low as possible so that one who says, I don't know anything about this, that one can learn. So please pay attention. So this session, we'll be looking at what vehicles, when you talk about things in the Nigerian stock market and the capital market generally, how do you play in it? What do you do? What do you invest in? How will you make sure that you maximize returns on your money so that you not be called a foolish seller? So this is what we are going to be talking about. We are looking at the importance of investing and why you should start early. Guys, please start as early as possible. When it comes to investing, especially if you're a parent here and you are listening to me, if you have young words around you, please send this video to them. If they're anything between the age of 18 to 20, and they have a means of earning an income, please, I need you to send this to them. Quickly, let me show you why. Because at times when you don't know why you should do something, you will not really put so much importance to it. Let's look at why you should start early and very, very early. Let's look at this table. This table is called the compound interest calculator. You see, the compound interest calculator helps you to look at, if I have this kind of money in this kind of vehicle, In how many years, what will it become? And then I want to walk towards it. Compounding is the eighth or the seventh wonder of the world, according to Albert Einstein. So please look at this. Let's look at this place. You can always access this site. It's called compounddaily.org. I want to assume that young man, that young woman listening to me can afford to save at least 20,000 naira in a month. 20,000 naira in a month. If he's able to save 20,000 naira in a month, in a year, that is going to give him how much? That's going to be about 240,000 naira. All right. Now, if that money is that 240,000 naira, if it belongs to maybe an organization like the Richvision Cooperative, where you can access times 2 of what you have saved, so we're talking about maybe about 480,000 naira. So let's say every year you are saving, and you take at the end of the year, you take the box sum, maybe times 2 or whatever you have saved, and you put it in the investment vehicle. So let's say you're able to put 500,000 naira in the investment portfolio. I don't know. By the time we are done, you will know which kind of portfolio you want to put the money. I'm not talking about risky investment now. I'm talking of safe investment. So let's look at this. What is the return on investment? The vehicles that I'm going to be showing you today, many of them, they do over, in the recent time, they've been doing about 20% even and above. But let's assume it's not always going to be like that. That's the truth. At times it will go higher, at times it will be lower. So let's just assume 10%. I'm very, very conservative here now. So every year, annually, I'm able to put that. How many? So you take a child, a young man, a young lady who is maybe probably 20 years now, and he wants to save for the next 20 years. Of course, you know, if he starts with 20,000 naira today, as it goes, he gets more business. If his income increases, he can increase his income. So let's make a projection of 20 years. Now, for you that you are an adult also, I don't know if you are anything between the ages of 40, 50, you can make a 20 years projection for your retirement. But you know you are going to be looking at how to put serious money because you are kind of almost starting late. But then it's still good, all right? You can test it. So every year, you want to commit to putting 500,000 naira into that investment vehicle. 500,000 naira, I don't know, it's now 500,000 naira, just as I said, it will have been as a result of monthly savings. Maybe you are saving 50,000 naira monthly, or you save maybe 10,000 for you to be able 20,000 for you to be able to access times 2 of that amount in the cooperative or in any other place where you are raising money from. I don't want to know, but I'm just giving you what we have on ground. Okay, so but the bottom line is you are doing a minimum of 500,000 naira every year. Now, if some can, I'm sure some are listening to me, you can do 500,000 naira even in a month. So let's look at, I will be injecting this 500,000 naira month every year. So if I start from this date and click on calculate, when I calculate, just look at something here, guys. Can you see this? Can you see the kind of figure that I am saying here? It says you started with 500,000 on the 27th of April. 27th of February. He said by the 27th, 2045, 20 years later, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He said you are going to be having about 32 million naira. I don't know if you're listening to me and you are starting late now, you are in your 40s, you are in your 50s, you are in your 60s. God bless you and preserve you. The next 20 years is just right at the corner there. Can you do whatsoever you can to save, to put together 500,000 naira every year for your retirement? Just call it your retirement benefits or whatsoever. Now look at this place. This is 32 million naira. A child of 20 years who starts early enough, 32 million naira could be good money. I don't know what inflation would have done to the money then, but anytime, anywhere, this money, of course, remember, it's not just going to be doing that amount. It will increase it over the period of time. But look at, he said your total payment is about 100 million. Your total payment is 10 million. So that's 500,000 naira every year for 20 years is what? 10 million. And from 10 million, you are able to get 32 million. That's times 3 of that money. Guys, Are you seeing what I'm saying? So that is that. You can further go down and see how it is put in. If you are selling this thing, if you are like the wicked servant that went to put the money inside his portfolio, inside his room, what you will have in 20 years is that same 10 million. But because you are a smart and good servant, you've been able to put it in a vehicle. So that this is when I see this, okay, this is the reason why we should do this savings or this investment. Now, Shola, tell me, which investment vehicle can we now put this? We will now see the reason why we need to do this. I hope you are getting it. If you are getting it, if you are seeing the reason, say I get it. I just type in the comment section, I see the reason. I got the reason. Put it in the comment section, guys. I see the reason. Compounding. Or you just powerful. Just type powerful there. Put it in the comment section. I want to see the comment section for you guys. All right. So now, let's now go to that presentation. I've shown you why we want to look for the best investment. Don't worry, trust me. I will guide you. I will guide you as God guides me. All right. So let's go. Let's sit. All right. As one of my friends would say, let's have it. Let's go. Okay. So I've explained to you the importance why you should start early. It is important to start early. That has been established. So let's look at what are we going to be looking amongst the other investment vehicles. We have treasury bills, government bonds, and everything like that. But we want to look at three major ones, which I think you should be able to play with immediately, even like today, immediately after listening to this session. The first one is what we call the exchange traded funds, and the second is the mutual funds, and the third is the equity. What's the difference between in these three offers? Now, the exchange traded funds, the ETFs, they offer diversification and liquidity. Let's look at what does the ETF mean? It's a basket of securities that is traded on the exchange. Now, let's look at something. You've been to some parties, right? When you get to the party, they serve buffet. There are some parties when you get there, they just serve everybody rice. Whether you like it or not, you eat the rice. But there are some that when you get there, it's a buffet. And in that buffet, you can take small rice, take small beans, take small jollof, just pick small. You take an omelette, you take different things. I've seen somebody in the plate of rice, he even put small eba beside his whole plate of rice, because he has to touch everything. Took the fish, and some will load their plates. Now, what this person has been able to do is to have a taste of everything. So when you come to exchange traded funds, it's a pool, a basket of all the shares, and most of the time, it's not that any share that we see in the market. No, in some countries, in some plans, they look at which are the best performing shares that we can use. So you hear something like the S&P 500. Now, S&P 500, that is the top 500 companies in the United States on the New York Stock Exchange, market. Also, we have in different. When you look at, by the time you take all these stocks together, they are traded in a basket. When you are buying, you are not buying whether it's when you are investing in this kind of ETFs, you are not buying a particular company's shares. You don't know the companies there. So a company, the group of persons, the big guys have bought this big portfolio. We've mixed the soup. You just can't take a portion. You can't claim ownership to the shares. But as all the shares are performing, you have the opportunity of getting good returns also. I hope I've tried to make it as simple as possible. So we have the gold ETFs and things, different ETFs in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, all over. So what is the advantage? It helps that you are diversified. I'm going to be getting to those the benefits more later. Now, the other one we have is the one we call the mutual funds. Now, with the mutual funds, these funds are professionally managed. These are for people that I don't want any wahala. Can I put my money here and this money grows over a period of time? Now, these mutual funds, the managers of the mutual funds, we have in Nigeria, we have a place like Stanbic IBTC mutual funds. We have Optimus and the Afrinvest, which most of us are now used to. Is one of the vehicles that we use more, the Afrinvest. Now, they buy into, what they do is this: they take a pool of funds, they pool funds together, and they put this money, some in treasury bills, some money goes to technology. Some money goes to technology, some goes to government bonds, and some goes to equity. They put money in different things. You don't need to know everything. If you request to know, they are going to show you. But then, how they are managing it, they are the professional. So at times they could take all the money they put in the treasury and take them and put them on landed properties. They could move money from landed properties and put them on equity. They are professionals. They know how the thing is going. Theirs is that they want to ensure that the portfolio is increasing. Do you understand? So these ones are not necessarily shares. Although we have mutual funds that are shares, that are based on shares, we have some that are. Now, also, let me get this, because some people will say, oh, I'm a Christian or I'm a Muslim. I don't want them to put my money in alcohol or, alcohol companies and things. You can specifically ask. These fund managers, they even have halal mutual funds, where they make sure that your money is not put in maybe companies that do, alcoholic drinks and all things like that, depending on your own preference. So basically, underline is that they have their portfolio managers and they diversify and they make sure that they try to outperform themselves every year. Whatsoever profit they made in the year, they want to make a better one in the next year. That is mutual funds. The next one is equity. Now, when you talk about equity talks about direct ownership. This is where you buy the shares of a company. You buy the shares of MTN. Once you buy the shares of MTN, or you want to be a business partner with Dangote without selling cement or selling sugar, you can buy the shares of Dangote. Even tonight, you can decide to buy shares. And so tomorrow when everybody is talking, you say, yes, I'm a part owner. You don't want to know how much you own, whether it's only 1,000 naira shares, what of fractional shares you bought, but you are a part owner. I tell you, when they want to do their board meeting, when they want to do their annual meeting, annual AGM, the annual general meeting, they will invite you. You will sit down with them, with all the big boys, with the people that put the 10 million and 10 billion. You too, you will sit down there. Only maybe your seat might be a little bit towards the door at the other end there. All right. So that is, you become a part owner of this company. And this one, I will tell you the benefits. And so you have a lot of companies that you can buy into their shares. And the general body controlling this is the body we call the Nigerian Stock Exchange Market. The Nigerian Stock Exchange Market, they monitor the activity, the buying and the selling of shares. You see, when it comes to these companies, they don't have owner, because once a company gets to the public, they are called public limited liability. You say it's owned by Dangote. Dangote could be the highest shareholder. The day Shola Popola decides to buy up a lot of other person's shares, there's what we call corporate takeovers. And I begin to buy shares from all these people that have 1, 2. I give them a good money and they give me all their money, their own shares. They sell their shares to me. You can do that on the floor. So when you buy all the shares, and maybe the total shares that Dangote is having is about 25% or something, and I go secretly and I'm just buying, and now I have 27 or I have 30%. Oh my God, I will stroll into that company one day and I will declare myself, sir, I'm now the new chairman. Well, that is just to help you to understand what this means. It means you are part owner that can vie for things in the organization. All right, so having said this, let's now look at, I want to see the features of ETFs, mutual funds, and the direct equity. We all have different appetites for risk and investment. So you just look at, where do I fit in? Don't let anybody bamboozle you. Oh, this share is selling. You know, especially with shares, when they tell you this share is selling, there are times that people will push the sponsor those sales so that people will, everybody is rushing it. By the time you rush and buy it, the big boys will now sell off at the high price, and then the price will crash, and then you are left at limbo. So be very, very careful. Have an understanding of why am I buying? What do I want? What is my appetite? So let's look at the ETFs. Diversification. There's high diversification of portfolio. So in ETFs, you are talking of S&P 500, the top 500 companies. Then we have the Stanbic IBTC 30G. I will get the actual name. I'm not getting. This one is a Nigerian one, and it measures the best performing 30 companies in Nigeria. You understand? Stanbic IBTC has that ETFs, and some other organizations who have that ETFs. Now, these 30 performing companies, you know that it is not possible, at least feasible, that all of them will declare loss at the same time. Don't let me say it is not possible. It's possible because it has happened before. That everyone will declare loss. Well, during COVID-19, didn't they all declare? They all stopped operation. So definitely, if you look at the trading charts during that period, you see that most companies went down. So those are extreme cases. But outside those natural disasters and things, most of these companies, these 30 companies, there's a parameter that is used. If one is not performing well, they replace it with the one that meets up with the criteria. So they are highly diversified. That is why if you put your money in it, they always grow. The same thing with mutual funds. Mutual funds is not holding on to only equity, only treasury bills, only commercial papers. No, they put money in different vehicles. Now, when they put money in different vehicles, all the vehicle cannot go down at the same time. So, if one is not doing well, they move the money. That's why there is being managed by professionals. But when you talk about equity, the stock, it is very low. Unless you buy multiple stock, unless you are able to buy about 20 or 30 companies, and you need a lot of information to do this. You need some level of expertise to do this. So you have to be careful when it comes to that aspect. Anything that happens to one particular company, your money is gone. If the company is doing well, your money is doing well. So the next one is liquidity. Can I sell off quickly? Yes, liquidity for this one is high. For ETFs is high because prices are changing. You could go to the market to buy ETF. You could get it at 500 naira in the morning and get it at 450 naira in the afternoon and get it at 600 naira in the night. So it moves, although there is a level of percentage increase and things that the law permits. I think it's now about 10% or something like that. So they fluctuate. But with mutual funds, it is not as volatile. At the end of the day, they close at a particular price. And then when you talk about the stock too varies. The price can go 10, if the share can be 10 naira 9 o'clock and it's 12 naira by 2 p.m. because maybe some news and things. That's why where you see all those jaga, those up and down, they show you one kind of chart like that. You see, that is where it is up, is going up, and you see sometimes it's coming down. That is the trend of the market. So depending on the trend of the market, you see it's high. So you want to see, it is high, it is medium and high. Now management. For the management, the people that manage the ETFs, it is managed actively and also passively. You know, there are some ETFs companies that if you put your money there, they are going to be managing it for you. They have a system. They are auto trading because they are traded on exchanges. Remember, they are exchange traded funds. So they are traded on exchanges. So people that are experts in it, they know how to trade, they manage their trades and everything. But then, on the other hand, mutual funds are basically traded. You hand over your money to the professional. You are not involved in it. Let me explain the ETF again. If you put your money in an ETF and you see that it's not doing well, you can move it to another one. You can just easily do the movement at any time. But this one is managed. Mutual funds is managed by professionals. Then direct equity, this one is managed by you. If you like, you buy Dangote and leave it for the next 20 years. If it falls, fine. If it rise, fine. It is managed by you. And one thing that you want to know with the equity one is that, you see, it's not every time. In equity, you either get dividends, they pay you dividends. Well, I explained all those ones in the previous lecture, so don't let me take that again in this. So the next one, you are talking about the risk level. The risk level. What? Because as an investor, I want to watch my risk. So as per the risk, which one is for ETFs? The risk is medium. Most of the time, ETFs are always going up. Go and check out the S&P 500. It is ever going up. When I say ever, don't mistake me. Yeah, sometimes it goes down. But when it goes down, maybe just like presently as we are speaking now, as at the time of recording, if you go to the S&P 500, the US market, they are nosediving a little bit because of policies by the new president and so on and so forth. So the mutual funds, for mutual funds, the risk is low. Why is it low? Professionals are managing it. They are moving. When they say that one is not performing, without any sentiment, they move it to another. So for mutual funds, the risk is low to medium. But for direct stock, whether you are buying Apple, you are buying Orange, you are buying Meta, you are buying Dangote, the risk is high. But do you know what? It gives you a higher return. It gives higher return. But you know, in investment, we say high yield is high risk. High yield, please, can you write that down? Write that down. Anything you see high yield is high risk. So then the next one is we look at the cost. What is the cost of getting involved? Now with ETFs costs are low. When they charge you, they charge as low, some even below 1% of the investment cost and things. The cost of operating it is low. But for mutual funds, you know, managers are managing it now. For these professionals, they can charge you up to 3 to 5%. Don't mind my this thing, all right? They can charge you up to 3 to 5%. The cost is high, the fees are high. It's lower with the ETFs because no professional, you don't need any professional to do anything there. Everybody's just in the market. So in the stock on its own, there's no fees, but requires brokerage commission. You know, you are the one doing it now, you are the one moving, so you don't pay fees to anybody. But when you give your broker instruction to buy or to sell, they charge you some little commission. Now, best for you. Now, when you look at the best, when I say best for, depends on you now, for me, best for medium term, for long term, or for the short term. Now, medium term investors look for low cost diversification. So if you are a medium, when we say medium, we are not saying 10 days, anything between 1 to 5 years. You are talking of a medium term investor. They look for something that is low cost, that you can just quickly move money here, move money there. So if you are a short term person, then ETF is good for you. But if you are a long term investor, then, and you need professionals to manage your money, whether you are busy executive somewhere, you might not have time, then you want to consider the mutual funds. Then, if you are an experienced trader, then you can play with the equity funds. Now, investment decisions are based on individuals. You see, I might be a very high risk person. It depends. That's why I've explained this thing. I've explained the previous one to you so that you will know the kind of person you are and which one will fit you very well. So this next one is you have to look at in risks. See, decision making. I think there was a video we did on decision making, and I'm still going. There's an updated something I'm still going to do on decision making. See, decision making. Anything you are doing, you're sitting with me this morning is a decision. So let me just quickly go so that I'll just wrap up this stuff here. Now, by the way, if you are enjoying what you are, you don't need to finish the whole thing now. Click on the subscribe button if you are yet to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button now. Please click on it. Let's grow this community. And if you are yet to share, there are a lot of people that need to hear this thing now. These are questions, these are trainings that I prepared for people that are paid. I prepared for people that are paid. But here you are because you are in our community. So the only thing that we ask for is just share the message. Do you understand? Share it on social media. Let other people know. All right. Thank you for sharing. I trust you. I trust the grace of God in you to share. All right. Let's go. So now, when you look at the risk, you must look at which kind of person am I. So if I'm a low risk person, maybe I want to consider the mutual funds. If I'm a medium risk person, because with ETFs you make more money. With ETFs you tend to make more money, all right? So you consider medium. And if you are a highly risk person, then you can talk of the stock. Then the next thing is the knowledge for beginners. For if you are a beginner, you want to just go put your money in the mutual funds, JJ, and let it just ride. Well, I can say even for beginners or intermediate, you can put your money, even for beginners can put their money in the ETFs also. Do you understand? But you must be ready to, swallow the up and down, up and down. You see that up and down, up and down. Some people, they can't go along with that ride. So if you don't know how to go along with the ride of the market, then just stay with mutual funds. Then for the advanced, you must have knowledge. That is why I'm so glad you have stayed up to this time on this call. You are acquiring knowledge. Do you understand? Then when you are investing also, timing is important. How long do you want to make this investment to be? For what purpose? You must have your goal, your reason why you are making the investment. Your reason will determine how long. Just like a young man, a father that opens an account for his child, the child is 5 years old, that is a long-term investment you are trying to make for that child. So it is time for us to take action. You don't need to wait. You need to start now. Start now. But wait. I told you I'm going to guide you on the way. Some people will ask me, so Mr. Shola, what should we do right now? And things. What I want you to do, there are two vehicles there's an investment vehicle that we're using right now, and we're still going to have. There's an investment vehicle that we're using right now. We're still going to have more of it. So, but for now, the one that permits flexibility with what we have done so far is the Optimus. Now, if you go down, you will see a link in the description box. In the description section of this video, you will see the link to the Optimus. You just click on that link. You're going to open your account. They are going to ask you, just take your time. Fill it, make sure you verify your account. Investment is not something you rush. So as we are doing the trainings, you get to know more about it. So go click that something now. Take action now. See the art of even doing that registration is something that will help you. We want people in our community to make money. From now, you can't be in Richvision community and you are not empowered, especially for the future. We're going to be talking more about that. And I want you to watch out for the next one immediately after this episode. The next episode is going to be I'm going to be talking to you about which ones should you attempt to do. Well, not really financial advice. It's based on financial knowledge. Now, I'm going to show you, maybe if you look at this, it will be safe for you. So don't worry. I see some people are calling and asking me which one should they do and this. But please just cool down. The next episode, make sure you watch out for it. And I'm going to give you specifically what you should be doing. I'm sure you gained some knowledge on this call. If you gain one or two knowledge, please, I want you to kind of put it there in the comments. I want you to put it in the comment section, wonderful or great. Just put something that is exactly there. Then also, I want to bring to your notice, because we've been putting up some books for us to read. So some persons have been asking, how do I get this book? How do we get this book? Guys, this is a big library for you. You can look at it. We have Think and Grow Rich, The Psychology of Money, Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, and Atomic Habits. Guys, this is worth more than the university you are paying for. I can tell you that. If you can sit your children, if you can get them to read these books, I tell you they will do fantastically well at an early stage. Any child that is able to read these books early enough, if they read it early enough, they will be better than 95% of their peers out there. I can beat my chest to it. Some of us read them very late, but thank God we read them. And if you can read them now also, it will change your thinking and help you. But most importantly, get it for your wife, get it for your children, get it for people around you. In the link, you will see there, in the link in the In the link there, you will see it. You can just click on it. I think the whole combo, delivery and everything to it, I think it's about 27,000 something. Just go click it. The whole pack will be sent to you. Some said I read it online. They never do. There's nothing as good as you taking a physical book. You are in the plane, you are on the road, you are, instead of you pick something, you are reading. Late night before you sleep, you're reading. They say readers are leaders, and I'm sure you want to breed leaders in your home. So thank you for being on this call. I hope that those of you've clicked on the share and you've clicked, I hope you've clicked on the post. I'm sure you've clicked on the subscribe and on the share button. I hope to be seeing you again in the next episode. Please make sure you don't miss that episode. This is your friend and partner, Oyoshola Popola. God bless you. Have a wonderful super day. Bye.
Waking up at dawnlight, breaking through, chasing dreams, no time to lose. In this race we strive and grind, motivation fuels the mind. Gonna rise up, we won't fall, breaking barriers through it all. Step by step our journey's clear, success is closer, don't you fear. Challenges we face headstrong, in this rhythm